Hey guys, Cell here. Welcome back to the second part to the FGO Moriarty event. Section 4, Triangle Magus. We do this, and then we do, I think it was 2 in the second section. And then we go into the epilogue, which is number 6. So case in point, this won't really be that long. But at the same time, I don't know how long the stories are. So this very well could go over an hour. It probably definitely will be over an hour. Maybe even 2. Give or take how long this is. An old spider spins webs of memory. Section 4, Triangle Magus. Time for the auction, huh? Alright, let's see what happens today. Come quick! The relic's been stolen! Did I call it or did I call it? I knew it'd be stolen. Did you say stolen? Dun dun dun. Tensions are high now. They all want to know who stole it. They'll kill each other because of it. It's scary seeing them all on edge like this. This is so not good. One little push is all it would take to have them at each other's throats, as we'd be caught in a crossfire. I'd rather not see that happen. As you can see, the Linden Leaf, the perfect catalyst with which to summon Siegfried the Dragon Slayer, has been stolen. What sort of security measures did you have in place? As I demonstrated to all 6 of you yesterday, I didn't leave it anywhere that an ordinary thief could have taken it. True, but that wouldn't be much help if the thief was a skilled mage. Oh, I'm surprised to hear you so willingly giving voice to your own ineptitude. That aside, I can say from what I saw yesterday that the Catalyst's defense is focused on alerts. What's that mean? It means that we should have heard an alarm blaring throughout the mansion, no matter how it was stolen. That security spell has been passed down in my family for generations. But I am not a mage, so I have no real idea of how it works. You two, as mages yourselves, surely you understand. Magecraft may be capable of anything, but it is far from perfect. To steal the catalyst without setting off the alarm would require 2 skilled mages working together. Even I could not do this alone. So what? You're saying the 2 of us are in cahoots? If you ask me, I think it's way more likely that the owner faked this theft so he could keep his heirloom for himself. I can only say that I would never do such a thing. I have no reason to want to keep it for myself. It's nothing but a burden for me. As it plays such a valuable part in Holy Grail wars, there are no end of people who have designs on it. Trust me, I have no irrational attachment to it just because it happens to be a family heirloom. Well then, who did steal it? I don't know, Mr. Moriarty over here? Now, what do we do? This is quite the pretty pickle. Yang Jing, given that the blame for this theft lies with Sieg, I suggest we... Now I see. It was you. Oh, interesting. Care to repeat that? No, it's okay. You don't have to hide it. I mean, you and Sieg go way back, right? It makes perfect sense for you to cut a deal ahead of time. How dare you? Yeah. Act offended all you want. Doesn't change the fact that you're still the most likely suspect. Well. I knew not to expect much in the way of manners from the man of the sea. But if you're willing to go with us into a fight, you have more guts than I thought. So we're clear. I didn't steal it. If anything, I had a better chance in the auction. It wouldn't make sense for me to go to the trouble of stealing it. I did not steal it either. If anyone here would have a motive to steal it, wouldn't that be the skilled mage with the least money to spend? Oh. Makes sense to me. Your family might have a long history, but they haven't done well keeping up with the times. The whole reason you're taking part in the subspecies Holy Grail War is because you need money, right? Prince of Lan Ling and I both have money to spare, so there's no reason for either of us to assume the risks involved with stealing it.
That sounds like a challenge to me.
Wait, please, wait! I'm begging you, don't fight here. I have a suggestion. Everyone here, human and mage alike, has their own possible motives and their own reasons to be suspected. So I say we at least let everyone make their case to someone impartial, without any stake in this outcome.
So, us. I don't like where this is going.
Indeed, you have every reason not to. Mr. Moriarty, Sal.
Oh boy.
Yes? Sir? I'd like you two to be the judges. I do not, however, want you selecting suspects. I only want you to determine who we can rule out. Once we know that, we should be able to resolve this.
Oh boy. What do you think, Moriarty? I'll do my best.
Thank you. However, we have one condition. What is it? It's simple. We can't leave ourselves open to accusations of bribery, or this will all be for naught. So I would like a mage from an opposing faction to be present during our questioning. For example, when we speak to Alexander, I would request that either Count Vlad or Prince Lan Ling be present. Though, of course, I will also insist that they refrain from comment during the proceedings. That sounds safe and reasonable. I trust all of you are okay with that.
Fine with me. Then I shall go first. One of you come with me.
Alright, I'll go.
That was some quick judgment. Again, I already know who the heck stole it. Can I just go to there already? The thief is almost certainly Prince of Lan Ling.
How can you be so sure?
I know that I did not steal it. And Alexander has the least reason to steal it himself. Thus, by the process of elimination, it must be Prince of Lan Ling. He is the only mage here who has power, whose power is ill-suited to fighting a Holy Grail war. And if he wished to resell it, he would not want to waste his own money in an auction. Furthermore, Prince of Lan Ling's magecraft is particularly well suited to thievery. He could have easily used his beauty to manipulate others into doing his bidding.
But let us not forget, Count Vlad, that you have just as much of a motive as he does. They did say you've been having some financial difficulties.
That is true, but I was also quite confident in my chances at victory. I would never resort to petty larceny to acquire what I desire. And so I believe the guilty party is Prince of Lan Ling, and ask that you proceed accordingly. That is all I have to say.
Alright, who's next? I guess since Alexander's already here, he'll, no, it's gotta be someone different, right? So Count Vlad will be keeping an eye on me, huh? I think it was Alexander, though. Why is that? From where I stand, he is the most suspicious of those present by far. Yes, on the surface it may seem like he has the least motive. He is certainly the richest of us thanks to his dealings with legitimate businesses. But if you consider it from a different angle, wealth is all he has. He has no connection to the Mages Association, so taking part in this subspecies Holy Grail War is the only hope he has to advance. If he failed to win the auction, he would have nothing left at all. I'm not so sure I follow. How would losing the auction leave him any worse than before then? You mean you didn't know? We each had to pay an enormous fee just for the opportunity to bid. And we don't get it back if we lose. So if by some chance he did end up losing the auction, he would then be no more than a penniless third-rate mage. Whereas Count Vlad and I both have our legacies to fall back on. Seems to me that the ability or lack thereof to pick oneself up again after a setback would be a substantial motive, don't you agree? Sure? Whatever the others might say, I know I didn't take it. So I can only guess it was Count Vlad. I'm pretty sure Prince of Lanling has enough money to go toe-to-toe with me in an auction after all. Of course, if push came to shove, he could have always resorted to trying to take it by force. But if that was his plan, he could have just waited until after the auction was over. So yeah, I think I have to go with Count Vlad here. I'm pretty sure the Count has thought up some kind of plan. I'm sure he was just bluffing. He might be a talented mage, but it still would have been risky for him to come under the spotlight there. Not to mention, Izo's gang doesn't seem like they'd be much help. Oh hey, I just remembered we had a deal, didn't we? Did you find out anything useful? Prince of Lanling uses Count Vlad. I mean, he already knows about Vlad. I don't mind you sharing what you know. Information at Basic will come to light soon enough anyway. Magecrafted charms targets with their beauty, huh? I'm sure it has its uses, but he'd be the first to die in a Holy Grail war unless he had a powerful servant. Huh. But anyway, figuring out which of them stole it isn't automatically going to bring it back. Wait, hang on. I just had a thought. Maybe someone in one of this city's gangs got greedy. That relic is damn near priceless after all. Somebody might have gotten in touch with another mage to try and sell it for an even higher price. Anyway, that's all I've got to say. Yeah, it's possible, or Moriarty decided to play his own role as being the villain. And seeing if we catch on. I wouldn't doubt it whatsoever. Care for a drink? For you, we've got water and hydrogen monoxide. Which would you prefer? That's just water. You know, I can't let go letting you have alcohol. Anyway, I'd say we've learned some rather interesting tidbits so far. Every one of them insisted they had not committed the theft. And they all named someone different for the culprit. Money, skill, and magecraft timing. All three of them enjoy success in one area, but none of them have it all. So now what do we do then? How are we supposed to tell who did it? He's in front of you. A good question, to be sure. Each of them is suspicious, each had a motive, and certainly each had opportunity. And on top of all that, not a one of them has an alibi. A wonderfully convenient state of affairs for whoever is behind this, wouldn't you agree? Yes, you. What do you mean by that? Oh, come now, don't tell me you've forgotten. This all took place in the past, so I happen to know what occurs next. With each side's agents suspecting the other, the three gangs will wage a battle so fierce that it envelops the entire city, resulting in tremendous loss of life. At least that is the outcome as I heard it. Not to mention it. But we still have to stop that from happening, don't we? Now then, given what we already know and just learned, I did some digging of my own. Eavesdropping on the various gang members, conversations, stealing a glance at their ledgers, that sort of thing. And as it turns out... Yes?
Well, I know a lot more now than I did before, but... Oh, if it isn't the apprentice bartender. Good evening. You shouldn't be wandering around so late at night. Now this mansion's security being so lax. Uh-huh. It's kind of refreshing hearing him talk like this. I was born in the city, you know. I plan to die here as well. That may not mean much to you since you're not from here, but for me, there could be no better end. But with each year that passes, that seems less and less likely. Between all these telegrams and now ships circling the globe, the world just keeps getting smaller. And while I've never seen one myself, they say they even have ships that can fly nowadays. Ships have allowed the city to flourish, and now everyone wants a share of the profit for themselves. I just hope to prevent that desire for profit from breaking out into a war. Are you thinking about retiring? How did you know that? Yes, I am. I think I have been in this game as long as I can stand. Anyway, I'd better be on my way. This wind is absolutely freezing. See ya.
Tch, so the geezer's finally acting his age. You hear that, apprentice? The old man wants to retire, huh? What a joke. Once he retires, that'll be it. The city'll become one big battleground. Me and Jan Yangle be fighting each other tooth and nail for control of the place. And in the end, some outsider will just come waltzing in and take it all for themselves. The city's only going to get bigger and bigger. We can't go closing it off to the outside world. I can't blame Jan Yang's gang for going wild sometimes. Frankly, people have been even started complaining about them to me. They say they see them being rowdy at restaurants or getting drunk and all kinds of petty stuff like that. Are you sure you don't want to reconcile with him? Believe me, I wish it were that simple. People in our business don't take the peaceful approach seriously. That's just the way of the world. By the way, that bartender friend of yours is pretty strong, isn't he? From the looks of it, I'd say he's... no, never mind. You don't seem the bloody sort. Nothing wrong with that. If only the world was a little simpler. See ya. So we're gonna run to Yanjing now? Yep. Oh hey, it's the apprentice kid. You figure out who the thief is. On second thought, don't tell me. I think it'd only complicate things if I found out now. I saw Izo grumbling. Did something happen? Pretty much. Sounds like he's got it rough. And of course, his men are all brutes. He's only one in that gang who actually thinks before he acts. Still, I know what he means when he says he wishes the world were simpler. It's been 20 years since me and my crew wound up in the city, but they still refuse to accept us. It's hard not to get a bit depressed when you can't even go out for a meal and not have it be a big deal for people to bitch about. So I decided to bring everyone together. To make the city admit they needed us. But now, we've got mages involved and we're all fighting for control of some weird relic. I don't even know what to make of it. Life is freaking bizarre, and there's no knowing what's what, you know. Sounds like you've got it rough too. Some things you just have to suffer for. At least, that's what I want to think. Though honestly, I'd rather be living on Easy Street. I mean, who wouldn't? So don't go making the same mistake I did, kid. Make sure you choose a fun life, not a hard one. That's what I'm trying to do. Easier said than done. Tell you what, if you ever decide to settle down in the city, that's when I'll listen to your sob story. But anyway, I probably shouldn't be seen talking with you for too long. So see you tomorrow. Good night. Well, now I've talked to everyone. I've heard all 6 parties' motives and what they desire. I can't say I approve of you going off on these nighttime walks without a servant. But then, there are no guards from all 3 gangs keeping an eye on things. I suppose the odds of something dangerous happening are Well now, how is that for timing? But what could they possibly be thinking going after us? I'm not sure whether they're out to make a show of their incompetence, or to actually take out their rivals. In the end, it won't matter if they manage to take us out or not. Just the fact that they tried is an egregious violation of trust. As for why they would go to such deplorable lengths. But I'm getting ahead of myself, once again. Now is not the time. Come on, we need to fight. Right, you are. That they all have their firearms trained on us would seem to be a clear expression of hostile intent. So I have no compunction against crushing this lot. Oh, and by the way, this may come as a surprise to you, but I'm quite potent in a fight. Alright then, let's show these goons what for, my young bartender master. Alright, Dark Knight Assailants, huh? Now them gonna be a match for us. Cause all we gotta do is get John Summer to blast them away with a noble phantasm. And then they're as good as gone. That should be enough increase to damage. The oceans, the other crazy. I'm probably still saying that wrong. Right? Probably. I think I said it once. Dale crece. The oceans, dale crece. Close as it's gonna get. What's all the commotion? Huh! I thought I heard gunshots. Oh, don't worry. Everything's under control. Just a slight misunderstanding. I assure you, we're quite alright. Now go on, get out of here. Listen to me. If you three get mixed up in this now, it will only make the situation worse. Alright, Yanni and Izo. I trust you're both okay with that too. Fine by me. I'm going to bed. I've had enough of this shit for one day. There we go. I don't think we would have gained any pertinent information from questioning them anyway. Now then, tell me, Master, who do you think sent those thugs after us? You? To try to make an alibi for yourself? Diarmu, Yan Ying, Izo, Alexander, Prince of Lanling, Vlad III. Every one of them is a viable suspect. They all have motive, opportunity, and the money with which to hire the thugs we just dispatched. It's you. However, just because they had motive, opportunity, and money to send people after us, doesn't necessarily follow that they did so. What do you think? I don't think any of them are the type to go after someone like me. They're not exactly good people, but... Yes, exactly. The rules for these kind of skirmishes don't apply to you. They are, of course, citizens of the underworld and mages respectively. What's truly necessary to achieve their goals, I have no doubt they would kill us. But by that same token, they would not go out of their way to kill us when there is no pressing need to do so. Anyway, tonight is the final night, making tomorrow the final morning. The morning when everyone shall draw the losing straw, and lose something precious to them. Alright, Master, let's bring this case to a neat, tidy close. Because you stole it. That's what I'm going with. And I'm sticking to it. You're the one who stole it. This quest, you will form your party immediately before the battle begins. Start. I mean, I already have Tamamo, and I'm gonna be fighting an archer, I'm assuming, seeing as how this is Section 5, Old Spider. So if anything, again, Tamamo's here, perfectly fine. Alright, Mr. Moriarty, tell us what you found out. Very well. May I have everyone's attention, please? As you know, a priceless relic was stolen from this estate. Yesterday, my apprentice and I talked to all of you on behalf of our employer, Mr. Sieg, to make sure nothing had been overlooked. To leap ahead somewhat and begin a conclusion, each of you has your own reasons for being a perfectly viable suspect. Mr. Diamond is on the brink of retirement, but Tian Ying is worried about his subordinate's future. Mr. Izo is concerned with how the growing marine transport industry will encroach on his business. But the one thing you all have in common is that none of you can throw caution to the wind. Should one of you step out of line, the others will devour you, so you wait. Then one day, Mr. Sieg shows up offering to let you bid on an invaluable relic. No doubt the news nearly gave you heart palpitations. Surely, this would be the chance you have been waiting for. A chance for something to change. Am I correct so far?
I'd say so. Yan Ying and Izo probably already realize this. But yes, I've been thinking of retiring. Though of course, I would never do so while leaving my work unfinished.
And that brings us to my first point. You wish to break this stalemate, so you may mean to acquire the relic. This is, however, far from the true equation. While the three mages see it as their ticket to a surefire victory, and each wishes to get his hands on it no matter the cost. The three gang leaders don't care who gets it, for the stalemate will be broken regardless. Thus, none of them have any motive to steal it. In fact, they have no clear motive not to. Okay, since it sounds like you've taken me off the suspect list, I'm just gonna ask, what is this motivation? Tell me, what would you think if one organization suddenly came into a great deal of money under these circumstances? Well, I'd probably suspect they stole the relic and sold it. Got it. There you are. In essence, as long as this current state of affairs continues. None of you are free to move any large sums around, whether from selling the relic or anything else. I imagine that would be quite a serious problem for an organization, no. Especially yours, Mr. Izo.
Well, I wasn't planning on keeping this secret, but I am expecting a nice bit of cash in the near future. If I sold that relic, you'd only have more reason to suspect me.
Precisely. All of this has to say that the three gang leaders each have their own reasons for wanting the auction to go ahead. Even if Mr. Diamond had lost, it would give him a perfect excuse to retire, to gracefully bow out. After all, Miss Yan Ying's goal was only to ensure that his subordinates would be accepted by the city. But if either party had stolen the relic, that would cause problems that no amount of money could resolve. As for Mr. Izo's reasons, well, we just went over these mere moments ago. We would seem to be left with one of the mages, but this is just as implausible.
Why is that?
Because the auction's results were far from a foregone conclusion, because nobody knows for sure how this is all going to unfold. Exactly. If one of them were to engage in foul play, he would still need to wait for the auction's results first. Between his and Mr. Diamond's funds, Miss Alexander was quite confident in his chances at winning the auction. Professor Lanling was less sure in his bidding prospects, but he also believed he had a chance at charming the relic off of whoever did win. As for Count Vlad, if he had ended up closing the auction, he had every intention of seizing the relic by force.
Of course, any true mage must be willing to get his hands dirty when necessary. But with that willingness to use violence does not come at an expense of my good sense. And employing that sense suggests there is nothing to be gained in stealing the relic. As such, I would never do so.
Hold on, how is seizing the relic any different from stealing it?
Stealing is an act of thievery. Seizing it by force is simply a noble doing what he must. That is the crucial difference.
There you have it. Every one of our guests, be they mage or gang member, had their honor on the line. But the culprit feared letting the relic go more than he did its theft. If he were to let it get away from him even once, everything his family had passed down for generations would be lost. That would remain the case even if he managed to steal it back later. Thus, the relic leaving his possession was the one thing the culprit simply couldn't bear. Well, Sieg? Isn't that right, Sieg? Dun dun dun. Yeah, that's true. I'm the only one here with something I need to protect, even if it means reducing myself to thievery. The relic my family has kept safe for generations has been tainted by the subspecies Holy Grail War. It became a catalyst meant for summoning Siegfried. Isn't that a great honor? My family respects the true Siegfried. They have no interest in a pale imitation.
And you planned this whole thing?
Yes, this was my intention right from the start. I had hoped your suspicions of one another would be strong enough to prompt you to wipe each other out. There was plenty of fuel for that fire, after all. Though my criminal consultant did warn me not to take matters that far. A criminal consultant, huh?
I knew it.
Once the mages and the leaders of all three gangs were dead, the gang members would rampage about, killing anyone who even looked like a potential rival. At that point, nobody would stop to wonder where I went, and it would be all but impossible for anyone to track down the Linden Leaf.
Psst, Izo.
Right.
Whoa.
And there's one more thing I was lying about. I'm a mage, too.
What just happened?
Well, there goes Izo. Izo!
Damn it, he jumped out the window. After him.
What? Don't tell me you're giving up already. I'm not. I just didn't want to wreck my home with my mage craft. I have quite a collection of precious artifacts and books inside. You understand?
You and I have been good friends for a long time. But no more. Fire! Die!
Sorry, but guns won't work on me. So we're fighting a saber?
Fine then. Close combat it is.
Get a hold of yourself, Diarmuid. He's a mage. If bullets didn't phase him, what good do you think swords will do?
Your Ning's right. Calm down. I can't believe he had us all fooled this whole time.
Stand back. We'll handle this.
Very well then. The winner of this battle shall claim the relic, we agreed.
You sneaky bastard. All right then. Fine with me. This is our plan. Step aside, my good gang leaders. All right, master. I trust you know what to do.
Of course. Ready, weapon, archer.
Very good. Let's get the opening battle of the subspecies Holy Grail War started.
Dang it. I knew he was the culprit behind this.
Well, not necessarily Sieg. I mean, I knew it was most likely obvious that was him in terms of stealing it. But I knew Moriarty had some hand in it being stolen. I don't trust Moriarty as much as I can throw him, and that ain't far. So yeah. It's kind of easy to tell. Though, again, if we're fighting Sieg, does that mean that he's gonna be, say it? Oh, wait, oh crap. Sieg, canonically, in, at least when we got him, was a caster. Oh boy. This isn't gonna go well, but I'm gonna do something that, I might not regret. And that's... I don't know why I put Nero. Let's just swap Nero for... If there is in fact a caster going on, it probably honestly doesn't matter.
Actually, I want to bring King Protea. Alright, now we have a means of taking out a Saber. We don't necessarily need Tamamo, seeing as how we're not actually fighting with an archer yet. So in which case, actually, let's put King Protea there. Keep Tamamo there as a backup just in case. Let's go. Yep, Mage Sieg is in fact a caster. Wait, what did that just say? Sieg the Mage can't use what? I have no clue what that just said. But either way, King Protea will at least be able to probably knock out his first break bar. Potentially. Let's also get her HPs up. So that way she can regain her Noble Phantasm pretty quickly. Alright. Are you the Avatar? King decides them. Alright. King decides them. Pretty sweet Noble Phantasm, as you can see. Now, I will say though, that's the first time I've actually ever legitimately heard her Noble Phantasm. Because I tend to play the game with no audio, pretty much at all, unless again I'm recording. So, first time I ever heard it. Pretty nice. So now, do this with Joan Sama. Get your Noble Phantasm up. Now, the oceans, they all look crazy. This should do at least decent damage, right? Noble Phantasm, maybe 30,000 at least, 40? The buff? How much was that? 43,000, not bad. Meanwhile, King Protea just flicks his head and everything else and does a lot of this. Hey man! You can attack King Protea all you want. She's going up in HP. You can't take her out. Please quit. Quit. Yes! King Protea, I love you. Alright. You crits it well. That was overkill. Bye bye, Sieg. Alright, battle over. Now are we gonna be fighting an archer? Thank God I managed to remember that he was actually a caster, not a saber. Damn it! I had countermeasures ready for the 3 mages. But I never expected you to join in the fray, Moriarty. Back when I was alive, or perhaps in one of my secret made-up stories. Not that distinction is an important one anyway. The aftermath of this incident always left something of a foul taste in my mouth. No, let me be more precise. Overlooking you as a key variable made the situation vastly worse. The city, which should have flourished in a burgeoning era of maritime trade, was instead obliterated. So I think it's best for all involved if you hand that Linden Leaf over to me. I didn't mean for things to go this far. Well, no. Maybe I did. As far as I'm concerned, this relic is the greatest treasure in the world. I couldn't possibly let it be taken for some stupid, subspecies Holy Grail war. Well, there's no way to live. That's no way. If Siegfried were here now, I've no doubt he would say something to the effect of, I am happy to answer any summons with an eye towards the future. That does, of course, mean he may end up serving wicked people at times, but that's just part of the deal. More than anything, Siegfried, as a heroic spirit,
would be thrilled to help bring about a brighter future. He was a good man and a true hero. Surely anyone who thought well of him could respect that wish. True, I do think he'd love that. You expect me to believe that? That he would be thrilled to degrade himself in the service of others? Believe what you will, but I can guarantee you that I am right about this. How's that for convincing? What a devious conman you are. I knew I shouldn't have trusted a man styling himself as a criminal consultant.
Is he dead?
Something like that. How are you feeling, Prince of Lanling? I can't even move. How pathetic. This means the winner is...
Curse you, bartender. How in the world did you get so strong?
Trade secrets. Now then, it would seem we have ourselves a clear winner now. As I've defeated the duplicitous 4th mage, I believe that makes me, Moriarty the bartender, the winner.
Wait, just a damn minute. This isn't what we agreed on.
Think about it. Now that you don't need to spend a fortune on the auction, let's put you at an advantage. And while I'm at it, don't you think it's about time that the three of you had a serious talk? It's business of the three of you deadlocked as you are. We keep the peace, but you are all vulnerable to outside forces in consequence. I could suck this city dry in just a few days if I wanted to, you know. I could spin my web as any old spider would, and have this city trapped and helpless in my grasp in no time. Yeah, I guess you've got a point. Hey, Yunjing, Diarmuid, come here a sec. I'm sure you guys are just as sick of this stalemate crap as I am. The old man is right. About time we put our honor aside.
But how will our gang survive without honor?
Maybe they won't, but you know what? At least that's better than all of us getting killed.
I can't argue with that.
Honestly, I wish we'd done this sooner. Guess I lost a moment. I let myself be seduced by the comfort of the status quo.
I'm not going along with this. These bastards have been...
Yeah, boss!
What's the big idea?
One more word out of you idiots. Your heads come tumbling from your necks. Yeah, alright. I don't have to tell you what my condition is. You'll do everything you can to make it happen, eh? We want to be full citizens of this city. That's the one thing I'm not budging on.
Understand. There's bound to be some pushback with this change of direction, but I promise I'll keep it in line. In exchange, I'll sell my hideout and other property, and make sure to appoint a level-headed man as my successor. As for my men who went out of their way to make your guys' lives hell, I'll send you a list of their names and tell their families they're way on business.
Sounds good. This is the scariest business talk I have ever heard. That's just how it is with them. They're still villains at heart, after all. They can never hope to coexist in prosperity, nor can only one of the gangs hope to flourish without drawing the other's ire. So if they can't coexist in prosperity, they can at least coexist in adversity. They'll all suffer in turn, but they'll also all continue to survive. Not perhaps an ideal lifestyle, but it comes with the assurance that they will get to die peacefully in bed. That's just great. We got nothing at all to show for our efforts. If anything, I'd say we're slightly worse off than we were before. All that running around I did for the auction wasted. Good grief.
Bartender, tell me, what do you plan to do with that linden leaf?
You're better off not knowing that, Count Vlad. I might be amenable to sharing that knowledge for a price, but I sense an arrangement would not be to your tastes. Not to mention one wrong move, and you could end up being pumped for information yourselves in less than savory ways.
Yes, I suppose you're right. I should just accept my defeat and begin searching for my next opportunity.
Damn, I was really set on getting that catalyst and winning the specific
Holy Grail more with it. Looks like it's back to square one in my search for a catalyst. Well, at least I will not be leaving completely empty-handed. We will meet again one day, Sir Moriarty. James Moriarty. I'll remember that name.
Why, thank you. I'm always glad to make connections with new mages.
You're a shrewd one, aren't you?
And he is.
Alright, we're going to head back to our respective organizations now. What were about you two?
I did what I came here to do, so we're going home.
I see.
Come on then, get out of here. If I never see Magecraft again, it'll be too damn soon.
Sir Moriarty, it would seem you are a far more devious villain than mere thugs could ever hope to be.
Why, whatever do you mean?
We may have suffered some losses, but at least they weren't fatal. I'll take that over the whole city being destroyed any day of the week.
I advise you all to live modestly from here on, gentlemen. A spider cannot weave its web when darkness covers all. As villains, it's your job to ensure that light and shadow come on and go in equal measure.
Thank you for the advice. Personally, I hope I never see you again.
Damn straight. You sure you want to stick with this guy, Kid? I'd bail out now if I were you.
Believe me, I wish I could. I'm happy with the way things turned out here.
Right, you had fun, didn't you? Now then, all that remains is to erase Sieg's memories and strip him of his magecraft. That should make sure he gives up on trying to get the Linden Leaf back.
So this happened in your time too, Moriarty. You had a Holy Grail War back in your time.
Well, no, not exactly. The fact that the gang leaders and mages looked to act like servants means that this is only a dream. The events of the subspecies Holy Grail War no doubt happened differently and in another world entirely. This little dilemma of ours was the fusion of two separate occasions. The first in time, when a partnership I struck with mages destroyed this city. The second a time when the subspecies Holy Grail War took place somewhere. Did this turn out the way you hoped? A fair question. The man I met with requested my help in protecting a treasure that had been in his family for generations. I offered him several pieces of advice. Once you've fanned the flames between the gangs as much as you can, fake your own death. Convince the gangs that the relic is up for grabs now, that you are dead and that owning it will be their key to riches. After that, all you need to do is take their thugs out whenever it's convenient. But I didn't know he was a mage when I told him that, and as a result, the city quickly declined and ultimately faded away. Of course, as a criminal mastermind, my role in these events did not trouble my conscience. But now that I'm your servant, it's been eating away at me. I swear, young lady, you have no idea how difficult it is to be an evil servant in the service of such a very good master. At any rate, when I looked back on this outcome, I had chalked it up to a careless mistake. An awful turn of events brought about by a few miscalculations. Of course, even now that we changed the past, this remains firmly in the realm of the hypothetical. History remains the same, as is its outcome. What we partook in here was merely an illusion purely for my own gratification. I assure you, I'm well aware of that. Yet even so, I needed to be certain this error was affixed permanently in my memory. I needed to remind myself that a bright future such as this can come to a sudden, cruel end with but a single mistake. Even if I should pass the records of upon waking up, that still won't change what really happened. All I can do is cast my mind back and wonder uselessly about what might have been. I can think of something else you can do. Oh, and what's that? Next time, make sure to get it right. Indeed, indeed. Humanity is currently in the midst of an unprecedented crisis. One mistake on our part could lead to the extinction of the human race. So next time, you can be damn sure I won't miscarry so much as a single integer. I can promise you that, both as your servant and as your trusty partner. Uh-huh. Well, then it seems that our time in this world is up. Tell you what, once we get home, I'll mix you a drink to make up for dragging you into this. You better. Still ain't gonna be an actual alcohol, though, I'm pretty sure. But I thought there was 2 parts to the, Section 5. Wait. There's no battles here, but then there's also an epilogue? Nani? A few days later, I say my room has been redecorated without my permission. Again. Really? I thought it was the first to do so. Do you mean that such a thing happens often? So the king's servants and princess servants renovate your room however they like. Well, I'm glad to see you're enjoying yourself. Now then, allow me to treat you to the drink of your life. First, we mix these together. Shake it all up and... Here's your cocktail, young lady. This is kind of nerve-wracking. So, what do you think? This is really good. It went down a lot easier than I thought. Right, right. Welcome to the adult world. Adult? Don't be so quick to fall for his trickery, Miss Sal. Blast Holmes! That cocktail contains not a drop of alcohol. It is merely fruit juice mixed together, so as to not taste more like a genuine cocktail, a mocktail to use modern parlance. Though I suppose I can't blame you for being taken in, given the atmosphere. Good damn it, man! Can you tell what we were having a moment? Listen, master. Alcohol really isn't very good for you, you know. Take it from an old man who's been there and done that. You tricked me. Well, I certainly can't approve of you becoming inebriated, Miss Sal. Still, I hope you can accept Moriarty's good fatherly intentions. Please don't use that word with me. Though, of course, in his case, if you so much as breathe the word grandfatherly, I will post a list of your many failings and eccentricities on the bulletin board faster than you can say stop. That's what got you to shut up? Anyway, don't worry. Once you really have grown up, I'll be the first to mix you a real drink. I would very much like to be present for that. Of course, I'll make sure to serve you my finest glass of mud. Aha, so you're not even capable of taunting your enemies and mere sabones, are you? Ha, why do you put that mouth of yours to good use for one to go kiss an oncoming train? You know, I think I am feeling a little drunk. Huh, but I really didn't put any alcohol in it. You're drunk on the atmosphere. Hey, is it true you had some crazy stuff go down recently? I heard I was a bad guy. That sounds fascinating. You have to tell me about it. Of course. What was that like? Was it trying to take over the world? Why do you sound so happy and pleased about that? Jean would not approve of that. Just saying. Did I have a scar on the side of my face? What's this? Master is showing signs of intoxication. I don't even have you, man.
What do you have to say for yourself, Moriarty?
I don't even have you either. Well, I mean, I technically got you on my original main account. But then, again, as I said, I re-rolled onto my iPad instead of my phone, and this is the main account that I've played with ever since. But on that account, I did end up getting Vlad before I quit that account. Just cause running 2 FGO accounts, no thank you. But I didn't do it.
Master, are you alright? I don't even have the saber deer, man.
Sap, I heard there was something fun happening here, so I came to check it out. I don't even have Yanjing either. Same. I guess we could start by stringing up Moriarty. There you go. That's the ticket. I can kick you all out, you know. This is my room, so... That's right. It is, isn't it? Okay, guys, how about this? Yeah, there's one thing I'm pretty sure we can agree on. Let's all have a drink. I never had alcohol before, Master. I can't wait to try it. You're in the same boat as me, Sieg. You will be sticking to mocktails, Sieg. Ah. All right, one at a time. Now then, what can I get for you, my good lady? I mean, the fact is, it is very difficult for any master to understand a truly evil man.
One so wicked as he has no qualms about destroying the world, and so meticulously he would risk his life to correct his miscalculation. Indeed, this old spider's web extends farther than anyone can see, catching good, evil, order, and chaos alike. And even now, he continues to spin new threads.
But yeah, Sieg is technically a homunculus, right? Technically. So, seeing as how he is, and the fact that he's a servant, would it really matter if he had alcohol? I mean, he may technically be in the same boat as us, but at the same time, he's a servant, so technically alcohol wouldn't really affect him. So it should be fine, right? And what the heck is this good night talk? We're gonna get another story time from Moriarty? An old spider spins webs of memory. Good night talk. I feel like I've lost his voice and gained it back 9 million times doing this. Phone. Orange? Cassie. Orange. Oh, hello there. Just so you in Sappho today. Can I get you your usual Black Beast Grease mix? I have a bunch already. Sometimes I just need to kick back and relax. Phone. I hear you. That grease is addictive. The hell? Where did this Holy Grail pop up from? What's going on here, barkeep? Can't you see if that's a custom over there? Merlin's the reason we get a grail? Merlin is the reason we get a grail, okay.
I love that reaction of yours. It's so nice to be able to take video so easily these days. Oh, don't worry, it's on me. Go ahead, take it.
My phone. You queen good for nothing. How are you still alive?
You might want to cut that out, Koth Paluk, before you get yourself banned.
That's weird, I can't think of his name.
Well, sure, you're still dreaming, so of course your mind is a bit hazy.
Wait, if I'm dreaming, then how the hell am I gonna get a Holy Grail?
As for me, I'm the greatest caster that ever was or will be. Please call me Mr. Sheep. I have to say though, that was a great show. Regrets from the youthful days you can never go back to. Repentance in this twilight years. Homesickness. Talk about hard boiled.
Oh, I definitely didn't want to hear that phrase again. Reminds me of the Senora Pinker, so hard boiled. All you ever heard was literally that phrase for Senora Pink in One Piece is crap. What the heck was that art called? I ended up having to look it up. I could not for the life of me remember that. Dressrosa arc. Did not need to hear hard-boiled again. I'd love to try playing that sort of grizzled old man type myself someday. The well, you've got the scum of the earth part down pat. Anyway, consider that cocktail there my payment for the show I just attended. My Holy Grail's way too much, you say? Ah, what's the harm? There's plenty more where that came from, right? Why not just go ahead and use them all on me? Thanks, Merlin? I mean, Mr. Sheep? Whoops, it looks like you're about to wake up. Alright, see you later then. Hopefully we'll meet again at the next Golden Heroic Spirit Theater. Personally, I'm hoping for an Artoria Harem next time. You and me both, buddy. You and me both. An Artoria Harem is one of the better harems. Although a Jean d'Arc harem is also really nice. And well, au revoir, and good night. Her phone, its prick never changes. Alright. Here's our holy grail for this little mini event. Honestly, not that bad. I thought this was gonna go on way longer than it did. Aw, son of a... Rematch at the Reichenbach Falls. Reichenbach. I'm done. Reichenbach Falls. Okay, I really am done. I legit... That's probably how you see it, but again, it doesn't feel right. Oh wait, this is a ruler. Hold on a second. Let's bring along Waver. Oh, I get to do my favorite thing against a ruler. Jalter. Let's bring Mr. Sheep. Along with this craft essence. An old spider spins webs of memory. Ultra high difficulty. Rematch at the Reichenbach. The Reichenbach Falls. Of course, it's Holmes. Ah, son of a... What's his buff? Gain resistance 10p attacks for 5 turns. So, what exactly is the defenses to that? Is it like massive buff to it? I guess I'm gonna probably have to test it out. As much as I don't really want to. Alright, swap that Waver with my Waver. Guess this is literally just gonna be a test run with all of these buffs. Let it ground him into Duhane. Buster Chain. So, Noble Phantasm defense. What's this gonna do towards us? Oh! That massive freaking buster damage though. Without it being a Noble Phantasm. Freaking fantastic, I love it. Alright, defense is up. Do critical. through this, because why the hell not? Stop him from being able to actually do anything for this turn.
行くぞ。なめんな。罠だ。
すでに別の可能性
Okay,
よし。
so do that. Jalta now has another Phantasm again, but it doesn't honestly matter because we have no more buff.
面白いなるほどなるほど始めよ
Well, now I'm at a loss of what the heck I should actually be doing. I guess hopefully let's just believe in our Waver being able to survive for a bit
あんた
longer.
の終わりよ。
But is that also us damage buffs that he's doing to himself, or no?
なるほどすでに別の可能性
Not sure. But either way,
お任せ。
let's do Invincible
？Garden of Avalon.
小さな窓が。はい。
and just do this. Because I don't really want to do Noble Phantasm
そこ
until
は
we
壁も
actually
なく
have
城も
buff.
なく、始まりの空。魂の
Well, at least one buff. And him not having the buff for Noble Phantasm defense. Speaking of which, that's now gone.
初歩的なことだ友よエレメンタ
Not awkward because of the Noble Phantasm.
ルフー
Waver,
な
no!
るほど始めよ
I mean, hey, at least he only gained Invincible. The ability to go through Invincible. After that. So ignore evade and invincible to deal damage 2 turns. He doesn't actually have invincible himself.
お任せ。夢のように
In case we lose Merlin, buff up right now.
ゴージャスに。
Alright, do this.
込むわよ。
The crown Dimensitive
燃え
Hain.
ない。はい。
And do
よ
that.
し。これは憎悪によって磨かれた我が魂の宝刀。ラフロントメントニューテイ。吹っ飛べ。罠だ。
Nice bit of damage.
すでに別の可能性よなるほどフー
うわうわ。
Alright, do
君の
that
導きを
again.
信じよう。さあ、行きなさい。
Hmm. Honestly, let's do this.
中だな。他にやることないの？
An returning formation.
すべて僕の思うまま。
Let's get Merlin's Noble Phantasm up while doing waivers.
これぞ大軍師の究極陣地。
And now he was stunned, which is perfect.
そう
Now he can't actually damage us. And Merlin now has his Noble Phantasm again.
Garden of Avalon.
小さな窓がここには一つ。いいの？
I could definitely go for that chain, but I'd rather get his Noble Phantasm off just in case. Some
ラ
extra
ゴンの端から君に聞か
Noble
せる。
Phantasm regeneration and HP regeneration.
ガーデン・オブ・アバロン。
So hopefully it makes it where we're gonna lose pretty much anyone.
フーフー
As I say, we lose Merlin. Damn it. Oh well. Albeit, I wish I would have brought someone else that could actually deal damage to him. But sure, Kurowi should be
上
fine.
等よ。勝ちよ。
As long as Jalter doesn't get taken out, we are good to go. Good God, that's a lot. Oh, he only gained an attack buff.
着替えてくる
Damn it, he gained an attack buff.
なるほ
Hey, can I just throw the battle right now and use my command spells? Because I honestly don't give a crap right now.
こっちよ
Seeing as how the event is pretty much done and I probably won't need my command spells in the next 3 days.
で
Can I just end it right here? Come on.
お任せはい
I got screwed on RNG here. I don't give a crap. Come on, man.
ビーチアタック
Let me get my double phantasm stuff
バ
again.
カンスですので
And use my command spells.
初歩的なことだ友よエレメンタ
Arguably, could I play that better? No, not really, because again, I got screwed by him getting a damage buff and going after Jalter instead of Waver. Because of course, he couldn't just go after Waver. And how the hell did you not take out Marshall?
楽しみます
I don't have any buffs on him, man. No, I knew I was fighting a ruler. I really should have brought a backup just in case Jalter couldn't take him out. I thought in my head to bring Jalter Berserker, but at the same time, I didn't really think that I would actually lose. I mean, if he didn't have that damn buff in the beginning for his freaking Noble Phantasm damage reduction, we obviously would have won at that point.
こういうのどうだ
But of course, how am I supposed to know that? I could have just sent Jalter in the back and waited out those 5, but at that
この
point,
辺
I'd have
りい
to
じった
wait
方がいいんじゃないか
till some of us got knocked out to get Jalter back, so
君の道行きを信じよ
it doesn't matter.
う行きなさい
The event's over. This is the last thing I needed to do. Nothing else requires command spells. Whatever, man. I hate having to use it,
全ては
but
僕の
燃えない
ま
いいんでね
GG, goodbye,
最軍師の究極陣地
and good riddance to you.
これは憎悪によって磨かれた我が魂の宝刀ラクロンドメント・ニューフェイス
Now, if I wasn't as tired as I am, I probably would have tried to,
戦う前に勝つくらいじゃないかな
redo it. But at the same time, I don't want my recording to go over a certain threshold. So that way I actually have room on my computer for other stuff as well. Till I actually edit it. So I don't give a crap. The fight is easy. I could have made it a complete joke had I brought Jalter Berserker. I didn't. Oh well. And with that, the spider whatever is done. Honestly, I was kind of hoping that there'd be more. But obviously there wasn't. Which again, kind of sucks. But the only good thing that came out of this event...
開きたいものだね。あった。まだ半世紀は現役だがね。さて、何か用かな
The only good thing that came out of this event was the summoning tickets. So literally the only thing good that came out of the event was the summon tickets, man. It was fun, yes, and somewhat stupid as well. Gonna be honest there.
5つ目かい。
But
いただこういよいよグラ
best
ス
part
も
was
6
getting
つ目だ
all of these summon tickets just for the event
引
existing.
退したらこの手の店でも開きたいも
Now,
のだ
question
ね。
is, what craft essence do I want?
まだ半世紀は現役だがね。
Do I want Dante's
So,
files? Do I
Nani
want
ga
Dance
yun?
with the Round Table? Cunning Foresight, Glorious Cherry Blossoms, Teacher and Me, Trojan Bar, Under the Knife, Angel's Breath. Vampire Masquerade. Can I get like a better view of the craft essence? Okay, so this is obviously Astolfo. With who else on here? I honestly cannot tell who they are right now. That might be Sieg. Might. Either I'm tired or that is not Sieg, or it could be. I don't know. I'm gonna get this craft instance purely because it has Astolfo on it. None of the other ones piqued my interest. Except the Astolfo one, so Angel's Breath. Let's get it. Yes, I know. I don't give a crap. Give me the
素
Astolfo
晴
one.
らしい。どうかね、この霊装は。マスターたる君にふさわしいものだと自負しているがね。
I cannot tell who the others are. Okay, wait. I'm looking this. I looked it up. Apparently, the left one I think actually is Sanson. I still don't know that for certain. Astolfo obviously is in the middle. You can't tell that that's not Astolfo. But the one on the right might be Charles Henry Sanson? I guess I can kind of see it. Kind of? I don't know. I believe it. I believe that again. Sieg, Astolfo, Sanson. Let's do this. 1, 2. Wait, Ryder, I still have to warm up. I don't think he's listening. With light shining through the beautiful stained glass, it's another day of practicing singing to music from the pipe organ. Hang in there, you quirky choir. I will say though, this is one nice piece of art for Astolfo. Not gonna lie, not bad. Can't go into any more missions though with 450 freaking craft distances, that's for sure. Okay, so yeah, Sanson has the white hair and blue eyes. I just had to look at him for clarification purposes. White hair, blue eyes. Yeah, that I guess that actually is Sanson. Well, okay then. With that, I'm going to end this episode here. Thank you so much for watching. See you guys next one, where we will be doing a different event that I believe lasts for 11 sections. Not sure. I think that's what I saw when I was perusing around, waiting for the servants I want to come out. Now, the question is, will I get her the same way I got King Protea? There's a fat chance in hell for that to actually happen. But if it does, that would be fantastic. Then I would save for... I honestly don't know. Either Summer 3's rerun, a certain Avenger, I believe she's an Avenger, that comes out on another certain event that we've gotten quite used to. It's come out for quite a few times. I think she's an Avenger. So yeah, till then, see you guys later.